What do you mean by kissing their ass?
Well, it's not so much in the act of not kissing their ass, but of not being some panty muffin that tries to prove how useful they are by being a man. See, real men do things that achieve useful results toward a goal, like fucking her, getting some money, a threesome, or in this case, respecting your ideology enough to spread it to people and support what you're doing to make sure it comes together. Or so they allege.
Why don't you think that has happened?
Because like I said before, most of these assholes don't want a revolution. They don't care about black nationalism, empowerment, or whatever the hell it is these nigwads are allegedly fighting for. They merely want to get laid and find a relationship while being admired by other nigwads and people in general. So they talk all this 1960s revolution BS to try and get women to sleep with them. This is the problem, in that there are people out here who end up wasting their time on these morons until it's too late before they realize how much energy they could have put into their own ideas and more progressive action.
But isn't that what all humans and Negroes want? Love and affection, to be mirrored, admired, and needed.
Well, yeah. But they should just go out and find that instead of being passive-aggressive, hiding behind their own inadequacies in movements that have relevant gripes with selfish, manipulative females. They don't want to deal with emasculated males, broken as boys by single mothers, or brainwashed by the media. And brainwashed by their peers who were brainwashed by the media. Men have to take the lead and shut down these weak little man boys who are fighting for feminism. Not feminism themselves. If you know what your intent is, and let the broad know what you expect from her, then make sure she gives it to you. You'll have less problems. Most of them come from her not complying because she doesn't respect what you have to say, which is usually because you don't respect or believe it yourself. If a woman repeatedly tests you, she probably doesn't think you're the man you pretend to be, and you're unsure of yourself. That's what pisses them off and makes them turn into bitches in the first place. And that's why some men eventually break down and turn into henpecked shells of nothingness, hiding behind serious agendas, only to be a burden more than a help. Because they don't know how to deal with these situations. They just adapt and comply, conform to what you have to say. Because a normal man won't let it get that far. You check her or get rid of her. The first step in helping men to get fair treatment in this pro-feminazi world is to regulate the broken men wearing your banner first. The emasculated lawmakers, the Captain Save-A-Ho feminists, looking for approval, who always rabble-rouse and call people names. Oh, you need to stop being a motherfucking caveman, dog, and get rid of these jack and dandies. They perpetuate this nonsense that leads to fighting amongst the genders. Take these feminist golems out, and the path gets clear. Things start to improve.
What then should they do with the feminists?
Those slags need to be marginalized and their lies exposed. That's what will take care of them. Let the women have their little tantrums. Those with common sense know there's no benefit to fighting against masculinity and manhood. It's ridiculous. And those who keep on doing this, they know their fate is either loneliness and a prolapsed vagina, or a miserable marriage, as opposed to just throwing that baggage in the garbage and acting like a civilized human being who respects a man and knows how to act like a woman. That's all there is to that.
Switching gears a bit, what do you think the anger for interracial couples stem from?
It's actually another symptom of self-loathing. These people date out of spite. those who date outside their race because they aren't socially astute enough to deal with their own kind on a comfortable level, so they run to other races and try to spite normal couples or members of their own race by displaying their preferences that don't come from admiration of a person that happens to be of another race or culture, or admiring their aesthetics, but from bitterness gained over time from their own fucked up idiosyncrasies that turn other people off. Their inadequacies turned other people off, that made them ignored, that bottles up, and so they run to other races, going, "Look at me, I'm with this person." You know, the type like a woman that'll go into a club full of Asian men so that they can show off their white boyfriend, or sit at the bar by themselves so that when the man approaches them, they go, "Oh, sorry, I only date Americans, aka white guys." Or, you know, the black guy who goes into a group of black men who are talking about how they like, you know, this kind of black women, they like thick women, they like this and that, and this nerd comes into the group and he goes, "White women look better," and then proceeds to whine about how black women, you know, suck, which only reveals his weaknesses and shortcomings. That's pretty much where that kind of crap comes from. And that's also why a lot of people get hostile when they see interracial couples in general, because they expect these kind of clowns, the kind of clowns who expect you to get mad so that they can, you know, fight against you. They fight against a fight that isn't there anymore because they're stuck in either the 60s or they're stuck in their own high school trauma that damaged them for life.
In your opinion, what can be done to stop this?
Like I said, they must act like men when dealing with females who act like jackamammies, based on they know they can get away with it. Because a normal man doesn't let this happen. He would check her or get rid of her. The first step in helping men get fair treatment is to get rid of the dudes. Get rid of them. You take them out by making them act like men or by exposing how weak they are. Everyone will ignore them, and when people ignore these guys, then society can get on track. Everybody can focus on more important things, because all of this is deferment from real problems that are facing people in general, and Nick Noggs in particular. That's what needs to be done. Bitch.
This has been In Depth with Stab Hunter. Winning.